Okay, let's just get right into it. The news that has absolutely rocked the entire entertainment industry is here. Netflix has reportedly bought Warner Bros. And look, this isn't just another business deal, this is a seismic shift in the entire landscape of modern culture.
I mean, just to wrap your head around how huge this is, think about this. Some of the most iconic, legendary properties on the entire planet now all live under one roof. We are talking about Superman, the entire wizarding world of Harry Potter, the Game of Thrones universe, even classic shows like Friends and The Sopranos. Everything is about to change.
All right, so let's really break down this bombshell of a deal. The whole thing is expected to be finalized sometime in late 2026 or maybe early 2027. And when that happens, Netflix is going to control an absolutely mind-boggling library of characters and stories.
The cultural weight here is just staggering. And this isn't just about DC, not by a long shot. The future of Hogwarts, of Middle-earth, of Westeros, it's all on the table now. This one single deal impacts multiple generations of fandoms all at the exact same time. It's wild.
But I know what the big question is for so many of us, right? What in the world does this mean for James Gunn's brand new DCU? Well, the first reports coming out are definitely designed to calm some nerves. The message seems to be that the current creative roadmap is, for now, secure.
And this is the crucial part. Coming straight from the top, James Gunn and Peter Safran put out an official statement, making it crystal clear that their existing plans are not changing. So, for anyone out there wondering if this means a sudden U-turn back to the Snyderverse or some other crazy shakeup, the answer from leadership is a very firm no. So what does this stability actually look like on a calendar? Well, legally, Netflix's hands are tied for a while. They have to honor the contracts that are already in place. That means we have a guaranteed pipeline for at least a few years. We're still getting the Lanterns series in 2026, and theatrical releases for DC movies are protected all the way through 2029. The key year to watch, though, 2027. That's when Gunn and Safran's own contracts are up for renewal.
And in practical terms, this stability means that the projects we're all so excited about are still a go. We're talking about the big DCU movies like Superman and Supergirl, Matt Reeves' The Batman 2 over in the Elseworlds corner, and key shows like Commandos Season 2 and Booster Gold. The creative machine is, for now, still chugging along.
But, and this is a huge but, once those contracts expire, that's when things could get very, very interesting. Because at the very heart of this merger is a fundamental clash of philosophies between these two companies.
So on one side you have Team Cinema, led by James Gunn. He believes that big screen blockbuster experience is essential for DC. But on the other side you've got Team Streaming, led by Netflix's co-CEO Ted Sarandos. His entire business model is built on one thing: getting content to subscribers as fast as humanly possible. And he's been very clear that he wants those theatrical windows to be shorter.
Which leads us to this honestly terrifying question. Could we really see a future where a new Superman movie is in theaters for just a couple of weeks before it's immediately sent to streaming? For anyone who loves the shared experience of going to the movies, that's a pretty grim thought.
And hey, it's not just fans who are worried. Both the Writers Guild and the Directors Guild of America are actively fighting this merger. They're raising all kinds of alarms about antitrust violations, potential job losses, and what this level of corporate consolidation could mean for creatives and for us, the consumers.
Now, beyond the whole theater debate, there's another major anxiety hanging over this deal. And it really comes down to two words that are kind of synonymous with HBO and Netflix: quality and cancellation.
For decades, HBO has been the gold standard for prestige television, right? It's a seal of quality. The big fear is that under Netflix's model, which is all about volume, they make some incredible shows, but also a ton of forgettable content, that high standard could get seriously diluted. And this quote from Ted Sarandos is very, very telling. He points to The Penguin as the ideal model, a TV series spin-off. And while that's great, his focus seems to be less on those epic superhero blockbusters and more on just expanding IP through television. That could signal a major shift in creative priorities.
Now, to be fair, Netflix's track record with DC properties is kind of a mixed bag. On one hand, they produced Sandman, which was a brilliant, high-quality adaptation that proves they can handle complex material with care. But then you've got Dead Boy Detectives, another critically praised show that got canceled super fast for not hitting massive viewership numbers. It really shows both the promise and the peril of the Netflix model. So, after all of this, what if I told you this massive, industry-shattering deal isn't even a sure thing?
Yeah, it turns out the fight for Warner Bros. Is far from over.
Because just when the future seemed like it was set in stone, an unexpected challenger has stepped into the arena.
And that challenger is Paramount. Reports are swirling that they're preparing a hostile takeover bid, claiming their offer is actually higher than Netflix's and that the initial process was biased. This means the corporate ground beneath all of Hollywood is still shaking, violently.
So here's the bottom line. James Gunn and Peter Safran have their creative map for the future of the DCU all drawn out. But if the very ground they're building on is being fought over by corporate titans, it leaves us with one final massive question. Where will that map actually lead? The one thing that's certain is that nothing is certain.